Whoa! Hello there.
Welcome to a totally not re-recorded episode of the Kingsmill Podcast.
Oh man,
With your hosts
Nathan Smith.
and Zach King, otherwise
Yeah.
known as String Bean and
Subscribe. Oh, there it is.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. I always screw that up.
Tomato. Anyway,
Yeah. So basically, what happened last week or 2 weeks ago, something like that.
whenever we recorded this initially,
I had one of my youth groupers spill hot chocolate on my laptop. And
So-
presumably everything was okay. I cleaned it up real quick, and I thought we were good. But I had a couple keys that I noticed were sticky, and then all of a sudden a couple USB ports right underneath them started to go. So when we recorded, a lot of the audio was corrupted, which is kind of important for a podcast. So
so if you want
I had to do something different this week.
Yep, anyway. So we are now set up to where we think this is working. We will see.
I mean, yeah.
It's supposedly working, so
In theory, it is working.
all right. So,
Yes, sir.
what are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about abortion.
We already talked about that. This is a different one.
What?
We're talking about evolution.
Evolution. It was the wrong shun. I see. I knew it, but my
Well, you see,
yeah.
here's the thing, Nathan. You can't support abortion and believe in evolution.
This is true.
That is true.
This is true.
So, I still have my notes from that original recording.
That's
so
a good thing because that was very
So,
sad.
that
It was a
sad.
good episode too.
We like that episode, but you know,
It
now
is what
you're
it is.
getting a theoretically better one.
We'll see. How much do we remember is the main question here.
Well, again, I have notes to be able to guide us through.
That's true.
So,
I remember most of my arguments too. So
and I thought we'd take a bit of a different way through recording this. So, I have in total, like, there are 5 pillars of evolution that throughout my research I was able to find and just be able to guide our conversation.
Yep.
And instead of like me citing all 5 of them at the beginning like I did last time, we're gonna go through them.
one by one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
So, pillar number 1 is life from non-life.
Okay. Define life from non-life.
So, life from non-life is the belief, or an evolution is it. At least an evolution is the belief that something living can come from something that's not.
Yeah.
So that's the basic way to explain.
Okay.
So something.
So inanimate objects create animate objects.
Right.
Okay. Because technically, if you're going from something that's non-living or non-existent to something that is existent, God does that all the time.
Right.
He's the only being who can create something out of nothing, or actually not out of nothing, something when nothing is present
Right.
is actually more accurate.
But that's the thing. We would characterize God as a living being.
Mm-hmm.
So him creating
Right.
creation
Right.
would that's how I characterize it. It's like God.
Yep.
God is a living being, so him creating life is not that big of an issue because he's an
Right.
already living being.
But he's the only one who can look at an empty vast of space and say,
R-
"Boom, I want something," and then
Right.
something shows up.
Right.
So the thing here is that major evolutionary, and you're probably going even before evolutionary theory, into like Big Bang and that kind of
Right.
thing, and the primordial soup and whatever. So how did that happen?
Right. How did this, like what you mentioned before, this primordial soup that presumably had nothing living in it,
Mm-hmm.
come together and make a living being that could reproduce into other living beings?
Right.
So there's just a whole bunch of problems with that because there is, like what you said, God is the only being that is known to say, oh, hey, there is an empty void.
Mm-hmm.
That void is not empty anymore.
Right. So, Zach, my question is, how does modern theoretical, I'll say, theoretical science deal with the idea of something creating something, or something inanimate creating something animate, without knowing the source of the things that were even inanimate? So the double goop theory that
Right.
that's what I call it.
double
The
goop
two
theory.
chemical things, whatever, that were in space forever that
Well-
touched and exploded, or whatever.
I am not a scientist. Well, okay. I'm an amateur scientist at best. I can, if you give me like a elementary school science.
Okay,
kid,
okay, sure.
I can. Hell, hey,
Ye-
I can follow the instructions and say, hey, this thing and this thing makes, rock salt, or this thing and this thing makes this other chemical compound.
So you're the I can mix hydrogen peroxide and baking soda.
Yes,
Is it hydrogen peroxide?
I don't know.
No, it's vinegar.
It's vinegar.
Vinegar. See,
Yeah.
there's our scientific knowledge for you.
Yeah. See, I am an amateur chemist, so I don't know. Excuse
Well,
me.
we're definitely professional explosive people.
Right, but that's because the explosives are already made. They come in a bright package with something that says "here, like this."
I mean, what is the powder stuff that you can shoot that explodes? Tannerite?
Tannerite.
I'm a professional tannerite exploder.
Yes. Yeah, we know
I'm
you
a,
love
I'm a
fireworks,
marksman. Hey, redneck fireworks are the best.
but
But I never seen a firework create anything before.
right.
That was smooth.
That
was
was
smooth. That was a
kinda
good one.
smooth. But that's exactly the point. You can't take an M80. For those of you who do not know what an M80 is, big firecracker.
Don't use those. It's
Do not use
basically a
them.
quarter stick.
It is illegal
They're-
in
Many states, I believe. I don't know if it's federally banned, but many
it's not
states.
federally banned, but it's illegal in like the Kansas City area. Most fireworks tents you go to won't sell it,
They won't allow it. Well,
at least in the city.
I forget. I don't. Just don't buy it.
Just don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
But you can't take
We're not telling you how we understand this.
no. But you can't take a quarter stick, a piece of dynamite, stick it in a hole, light it, watch it explode, and all of a sudden a fish.
That would be so convenient, though. Because what if I want a fish?
Yeah. There's something called a grocery store for that.
Oh, but what if I want a live fish?
Go to the pet store.
There's one literally an eighth of a mile
But-
from our house.
Yeah, but that's the point. You can't take something, stick it in a hole, light it, let the reaction go off, and
Mhm.
oh, hey, something completely different happened.
Yeah, that doesn't.
And in
yeah.
theoretical science, you can't you can't mix two things together and have an unexpected reaction come
Mhm.
from it, unless you're mixing two things together for the first time. Then you literally
Right.
don't know what the reaction is.
Right.
But to say that the tannerite and fireworks, like you brought up,
Mhm.
to say that those explosives will have any other reaction than what they've had for centuries at this point.
Right.
You're right. That's the point. You can't have life. You can't have a living being come from a non-living thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
there is no scientific way to replicate. Hey, I'm taking this thing, setting it in here.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I keep burping
You
because
good.
I'm drinking Pepsi.
That's
But-
why I grabbed coffee.
But anyway, I can't take this rock, put it in the center of this laser beam, and all of a sudden a sheep grows out of it.
Right. It doesn't
It
work that
doesn't
way.
work.
Yeah.
So God, like you said before, God is the only being to say, "Hey, that rock is now a sheep." And
What was it like the Well, like the staff.
Mhm.
He was like, okay, well, I guess he didn't actually point at it and say you are now this, but like when Moses had the staff and he had to
Right.
throw it down, in front of Pharaoh, it became a snake and it ate all the other serpents, right?
Right.
So, like, God's the only one with the power and authority to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So next point.
The next one. Yeah, go
next
for it.
point. Complexity from simplicity. So this deals with the one-celled organisms we have
Yeah.
or we have today being able to
There's no way.
not just replicate themselves but create other cells
Mm-hmm. There's no way.
to be able to
There's no way.
go from that single-celled organism to
The
a fish to a monkey to a man.
okay,
I know
so
I'm skipping a few generations, but
no, you're fine. Growing up, the main thing that we were taught with evolutionary theory is that everything goes together as it evolves.
right.
And there is absolutely no explanation for it. Every time I asked my science teachers, they said, well, a bunch of smarter people came up with this theory, and so I would trust them. Really?
Right.
Are they really smarter? How about this? They never tried.
Right.
They just said they were smarter, and then people believed it and went with it because they wanted excuses to not follow God. But I digress. So basically, the argument was that everything evolved all together. Okay, cool. Why are there still single-cell organisms then?
Right. So, and that goes into like
Why are there still monkeys? Yeah.
and that goes into like the natural selection view of it. Like, all the previous generations needed to adapt to survive the world. So, why are these previous generations that could not survive? So they had to adapt to survive. Why are these previous generations still here?
Right.
Why are they still here? Why do, like you said, why do we still have monkeys that by evolutionary theory is those monkeys could not survive? Why are they still here? Why did they survive?
Nobody's answered the question.
Right.
Nobody has. And then they have I forget what they call it. Is it Lucy or whatever it is that monkey is that they piece
Right.
together?
Lucy or Amy or Amelia or something. I don't know.
Alexa, I don't know. Anyway,
crap.
it
Now she's
didn't
gonna-
activate, did it?
I don't think.
Nope,
It
it didn't. Okay.
did. Okay, cool.
So they have this monkey that they like piecemeal together, except they figured out that the bones aren't from the same thing.
They aren't from
It's
the
like
same
3 or 4 different organisms or like things that they
living
put together.
Right. So they literally found a bunch of bones and they were like, oh hey, instead of putting these bones with the right animal, we're just gonna mash them together. Boom, missing link.
Yep.
It
It's all an excuse.
is
it's all
an
an
excuse.
excuse.
Ultimately, it isn't the excuse that I don't want to serve God, so I'm gonna come up with my own thing.
Hey Zach, I just noticed something.
What?
Why are the doorknobs on our doors silver? They don't mix with the white very well.
We can talk about this later, Nathan.
It was glaring at me. I'm sorry.
But anyway, so there is no evidence that something simple and the single celled organisms we have today, all they do is replicate themselves.
That's true. That's the only thing they know how to do.
The single celled organisms we have today, when they reproduce, essentially, the second one is a carbon copy of the first one.
Right.
So you're telling me that
Genetically, yeah. It's
genetically speaking, yeah, that's what I'm talking. So you're telling me that this single-celled organism somehow got enough thinking power, or whatever you want to call it,
to add.
to be like, oh, I'm not going to be able to survive. Let me add something.
It perfectly in sync with every other organism
Right.
of its kind.
Right.
No. Sorry. I don't buy it.
Right.
We're biological machines. We can only replicate. We can't do
Right.
we can't create. Well, and that kind of goes back to the idea of some kind of creator or external force.
Right.
You need something there. If the DNA is being changed, you need something there to cause that change to happen
Right.
on a global basis. What was that thing, Zach? If evolutionary thought is true, what was that thing? I'm not saying theistic evolution is correct.
No.
However, if evolutionary thought is correct in any form, then theistic evolution is the only thing that could work.
Excuse me again.
It's pure logic.
It's pure logic. There is no other way to think about it.
Again, I don't agree or even
Yeah.
remotely believe in theistic evolution. It's just the only way that it would
really,
work.
The only way it will ever work. And biblically speaking, the only drastic change I would say that is recorded in history is their fall of man.
That really, yeah. There would be a genetic change there.
That is the only drastic change in living conditions that would happen.
Yeah.
There's only one.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And I'm not entirely sure that God, and here's the thing, Nathan.
I don't even know that it was genetic even. I think it was
Well,
spiritual.
Yeah, it was spiritual. And I'm not, and here's the kicker. I'm not entirely sure that God, with the full knowledge that man was going to sin,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have created man, all the animals, all these other things
Mm-hmm.
with, like, I'm not sure that God wouldn't have created them with the necessary things to be like, oh, hey, I know man's going to sin, so I know that tiger is going to need to be able to eat meat. Boom, I'm just going to make him with...
Right. I think they had him. I think they had him from the
Right.
start. I don't think
Right.
they just, like, magically grew in. Yeah,
Right.
you know, I've got an interesting idea that you may totally disagree with, and I might be completely off base, but I've had an idea the last few months here that the fall of man and sin entering the world wasn't just a switch that was flipped. I think it was more intripical. And what I mean by that is it's like a domino effect. You have one
Right.
sin that resulted in a consequence, and it says that God fashioned skins for Adam and Eve.
I think we've talked about this.
I think we have, but I'm kind of on board with the idea that God had to kill, and he took those skins and made clothing out of them
Right.
so that they could wear them. And then what happens with the dead carcass? Some's got to eat it. All of a sudden, oh, I like the taste of meat. I'm going to try that thing over there. And then all of a sudden, you've got the cycle that just keeps building up.
Right. But again, that just goes back
It's just
to...
an idea.
Right. That just goes
I'm
back
not sold
to
on it.
there was only, in our view of, like, the history, in
Mhm.
biblical history, there was only one event that was just like, here is one catastrophic big change
Mhm.
that happened.
Right.
That would necessitate the animals, the
Mhm.
plants, everything else changing in a major way.
Right.
There's only one. Next point.
Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
Next point. Time and chance are what drive evolution forward. And by that I mean, or by that they mean given enough time and given enough
Mhm.
chance, everything.
Uh-oh. Did you lose it?
No,
Keep going.
I got text. But by it's time and chance. Oh, every few thousand years, or
Mhm.
every few enter an amount of time,
Right.
whatever it is, through the powers of chance and whatever else, we do not know. There is a change that
Mhm.
happens, whether it's like Marvel, like what Stan Lee did with the X-Men,
Sure.
of oh hey, humans suddenly this next generation of humans suddenly developed what we will call superpowers.
Right.
You know, the ability to have telekinesis, being born with wings, being
Mhm.
born with claws that come out of your hands, whatever,
Right.
wherever you have you. Or hey, this person is just born that really smart, and they discovered the cure for cancer. Or
Right.
this person was born, and they have a resistance to all of these diseases,
Mm-hmm.
which is what brings in what I said earlier about abortion.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot support abortion and believe in evolution.
That doesn't work.
It does not work.
Doesn't work because
If-
you're killing off what could potentially be the next generation.
Right.
Yep.
If time and chance are what drive you forward, you cannot kill off the next generation.
Well, you know what it is. It's an excuse for. Well, it's an excuse for multiple things. The biggest one is people control. Because all of the, I don't like using the term big pharma because it's a hot button thing, but I'll use it. The big pharma, the big whatever, they want control because they get a whole bunch of money out of it.
Right.
And it all goes back to the dollar. If you can control the people and you can control, how do I want to word it? Classes of people, then there's more money there.
Right.
There we go. I'll put it that way.
But that's the thing. If this might be one of the few things Christians and atheists should be in lockstep on.
There's a lot of things that we should be in lockstep on. But there's not.
Almost lockstep.
Yeah.
Our reasons are different. But
No, yeah. The backing is different, but
but it should be someone with a cross necklace on the side of the road holding up a sign saying, "You're killing the creation of God." Sitting right next to someone with
you're killing the next generation.
You're killing the next generation. You're killing someone who might have, who their body might be resistant to certain diseases that we have now. Their body might be resistant, or they're so smart.
They could be an O-type blood type,
right?
Which is very rare.
Right. They could be so smart that they make breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough in science and medicine. That the diseases we've been struggling with so long, they all have cures.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just talking about like immunizations where you stick somebody with a small dose of something,
right?
And then it helps them build up antibodies. I'm talking about like a complete cure of,
right?
Hey, somebody's already infected. You can stick this in them, completely wipes out the disease. So that's just not. That's not. But also, getting back to the main point, there is evidence that time and chance work against the major changes that evolution needs.
Right.
That's the big driving point, is that the time and chance just. Oh hey, the video I watched, it was like a Christian professor. He was just like the numbers needed to prove evolution are so astronomical you will not believe them.
Yeah. You would need. Oh my goodness! I don't even know where to start. I mean,
I don't know either.
The math would be so wild.
But that's the point. The math is so insane that in order to,
it shouldn't have happened.
It should not have happened.
Yeah. And the reason why it shouldn't have happened is because it didn't.
It didn't.
Okay, first off, before even evolutionary theory can even begin, when you're talking about the creation of the universe, the Earth needs to be in a specific spot 24/7 with certain properties for it to even sustain life.
Right.
Here's the deal. I actually watched a video on this the other day,
right,
just a couple days ago, and I'm glad I did. If the Earth was ever in a full ice out period,
right,
if it was ever in a fully completely iced over or anything, the planet would never warm up. You want to know why?
Why?
Ice reflects heat.
Oh yeah.
So if the entire Earth is froze over, the sun will not be able to melt the Earth. And a lot of these theories and stuff have all of these wild weathered patterns that are required for the Earth to form. The problem is they don't work
They don't work.
because
You can't be bouncing from one extreme to the other,
yeah,
back and forth, to create a perfect climate for life to exist.
it doesn't
Or
work.
A near perfect climate. I know.
Doesn't work. Not at all.
And I mentioned this in the first recording.
Mm-hmm.
The moon. The moon has, if you all don't know, the moon has been moving
Away from
the
yeah.
Earth
Infinitesimal.
by a fraction of a fraction of a distance for years now, or
For millennia.
basically since they started tracking it, they said, "Oh yeah, the moon's been moving away."
Yeah.
And this is a video I watched of like, in order for the moon to be where it is now, and to be consistently moving away from Earth by this fraction of the distance, whatever distance you want to use, it would have had to be inside the Earth at one point.
Yeah. It would have had to have been.
Which means the Earth would have been almost.
Where's the divot?
Right. Where's the divot? What laser did Dr. Eggman shoot at the Earth to make the moon come out?
It didn't.
It didn't.
That's the big thing. It didn't happen.
Right. It didn't happen.
So
that's
whoop-de-doo.
So yeah, time and chance make the evolution nigh on impossible, or pretty much impossible. Second to last point, the micro is evidence for the macro. So the small changes we see in the animals,
I'm on board with micro.
I'm on board with micro too.
Yeah.
But the small changes we see in the animals, the small difference between a penguin in Antarctica and a penguin in
South Africa or something like that. Yeah.
South Africa, like South African Isles. The minor differences we see between those two are evidence. Excuse me. And this was what Darwin used when he first posited the theory, or first made it popular. I should say, there are minor difference between this turtle in the Galapagos Islands and this turtle over here in Northern America.
Right.
And because there are minor difference between those two species of turtles, there must have been a big change at some point. Again, I said it earlier. There is only one big change that I believe in that could result in the necessity for all the animals to change at once.
Right.
But again, that's not over millions and billions of years. That was, there's a factor here that was not here before.
Right.
Instantaneous.
Right.
It would have been an instantaneous shift from an animal from being a carnivore to being an
That's okay.
You know, it would.
I know what you're saying.
It's the instantaneous shift from an animal being a herbivore to a carnivore.
Right.
From being something that goes all over and eating grass, leaves, to eating cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Or whatever, or meat in general.
Whatever. Yeah. No, you're right. Is there a reason why you say cats first?
Your cats annoy me constantly.
I figured that's what it was.
See, we treat the cats like they're our children, and we just say they're your cats whenever they annoy us.
If we treat them like our children, which we don't have,
we don't have children.
We need CPS calls.
We
feed them once a day.
You feed them 5 times a day.
We don't let them outside hardly ever.
They're the closest thing we have to children right now, and they're fine.
They are doing just fine.
They're fine.
They're perfect.
They're all right. Anyway.
They have their water bowl.
But anyway. But
you almost made me spit my coffee out my laptop.
Yeah,
that would have done it in. That would have been game over for that laptop.
You would have needed a new laptop.
Like tomorrow.
Tonight.
I could use my iPad for church.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, but it's these minor differences, minor changes.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of saying, "Oh, hey, these penguins, while having the similar density and feathers to
Mm-hmm.
their kin and that live in colder climates, they have sharper beaks,
Right.
whatever." Or it's kind of stupid.
Well, how did big cats get to small cats,
Right.
or the other way around?
Exactly.
Like, what was the It's not a bobcat. It's not a cheetah.
The lynx.
No. There's like a bigger cat that like hasn't been known to like kill any people.
I don't know.
I forget what it is, but that cat, maybe it is a cheetah. No, it's not the cheetah. Let me look it up. Big cat that hasn't
But
killed humans.
but here's the thing: there is no evidence that a minor difference between
No, it is the cheetah.
a minor difference between
They're not aggressive.
a bird's the minor difference between beak shape of birds, even across North America,
Mm-hmm.
the minor beak shape in birds that live mostly in Canada and birds that live, in Mexico most of the time, the minor beak shape of those same
Mm-hmm.
species of bird, their beaks are slightly different, but suddenly, it's not that some of them migrated from Canada through the United States down to Mexico, and in some state there in Mexico, and thus their beak shape needed to be different because that's how they had to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be that. No, it has to be. Oh, there was a common ancestor between these birds down here and these birds up here that they changed. They all of a sudden went, I can't survive this. Poof, I'm a different bird now.
It doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't happen.
I know that sounds like I'm making fun. I'm not trying to make fun. It's just that's what some people believe.
Yeah.
And, it's just.
Well, but here's the deal: that you can't. Microevolutions happen, like adaptions or whatever you want to call them, happen because they need to happen in people. The reason why that was it melanin,
Right.
the color pigment in skin.
Right.
The reason why it's there, they found out it's because people closer to the equator didn't need near as much sunlight.
Right.
And then as you go out from the equator, the color of people's skin changes because you need more sun.
Right.
Whoa. Imagine that.
Right.
And so, people just adapted that way. Or it was built into their genetics from Adam and Eve, which I'm more inclined to think on. But adaptions happen.
Adaptions happen.
They have to happen.
They have to happen. And in order for people to survive in different parts of the world, like they have to happen. Just because when the colonials brought all these diseases over that they were used to, by the way.
Oh yeah.
That the natives weren't.
Yeah, a bunch of them died.
A bunch of natives died because
chickenpox and
these colonials had built up a resistance to all these diseases because, whether they had them before or whatever reason you need, or they had been dealing with them, so they get that genetic boost.
Mm-hmm.
The natives over here didn't have them, didn't have those. Well, the genetic predisposition to deal with those diseases. So, chickenpox, measles, whatever have you. A lot of natives died because we don't have the necessary equipment to deal with it.
Right. So,
and that's not saying that there weren't diseases over here that weren't over there that
Oh yeah, a bunch of pilgrims died.
that the colonials didn't get
Yeah.
because they weren't being exposed to over, it was a mutual exchange.
The colonizers.
I'm not blaming the colonizers for anything.
What's
except
that?
For what they did. But anyway.
Yeah.
Last point.
Yeah, go for it. Full send.
Order from chaos. We've referenced God throughout the entirety.
I'm chaotically ordered.
Well, even in your chaos, even in your chaos, you have an order to you.
I follow the. Many guys will relate with this, and I think you will. The pile organizational management structure.
Right.
Everything has a pile. We have a book pile over there of books we want to read that probably won't get read. We have a pile of sports stuff. We have a pile of video game stuff. Everything has a pile, and it's chaotic, but it's organized.
And I don't care what you think, Mom. I know where everything is. I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't mean to call you out.
I'm not even gonna respond.
That was a trauma.
Sit there.
That was a gut reaction response.
But I can bleep this out. I'm not going to, but I can.
You're not going to. I'm not even going to ask because I know you're not going to. But even then, both of us, with all these piles we have around, both of us know what's what's in each pile, what should be in each pile, what's always been in each pile, and if you move the pile or move the stuff in the pile, suddenly we don't know where anything is.
Yeah, that's true.
But even that has an order.
There's an order to it.
The thing about evolution is if you think that, the universe, this one little blob had everything that needed to happen for this universe to be created, to be, made, to be put together. No.
Yeah, no way. No way. No way, Jose.
Just by chance, we've already proven that chance can't. There's an astronomical number behind just the chance of everything happening the way it needed to for us to survive.
If I smack this wall, will an airplane form?
No.
Why didn't an airplane show up, Zach?
Because while maybe the wall here and an airplane might have some similar.
Why didn't pouring hot chocolate on my laptop make it a super laptop? Now it's a super dumb laptop. Bordering on paperweight here.
Yeah. But that's the thing. While you can... let's use the airplane thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
While the house here and an airplane might share some components, which they do, there are some components that...
Glass?
Yeah. There are some components that an airplane shares in commonality with a house. There is no make my house an airplane button in anybody's house that I've seen so far.
Elon Musk might have one.
Elon might be working towards it, but we don't know.
True.
He hasn't pressed the button yet, so we don't know.
He hasn't invited us yet. He hasn't invited us to pilot that project.
You're right. I don't think he will.
Oh, you didn't even get what I said.
I did. I just elected to ignore it.
Thank you. I like how we all waited for me to finish sipping my coffee before
I know.
continuing.
But that's the thing. And even then, if Elon or Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates
would you like us to test pilot something?
You would not.
I would do it. I did the buttons.
Yes, we can hit the buttons, but after that we'll be lost.
That's true. Well,
but
autopilot.
Anyway, but here's
GPT pilot.
But that's the problem.
Co-pilot.
Stop it. But here's the thing, Nathan. Even then, if someone had a button in their house that said, "Hey, make my house an airplane," that would still have order to it.
That's true. There would still be
there'd still be an organization.
It's like a Minecraft house.
Like you said, you can't just walk up, slap the wall, and wait, my house is a plane now? I didn't know my house could turn into a boat.
It's like a transformer. You just see Optimus Prime just like.
Well, even
Vroom,
then,
vroom, vroom.
even then, Optimus Prime has an order to him.
That's true, and he's got about 20 different creators according to the Michael Bay universe.
Well, exactly. Leave that alone. Yeah, that's another topic. But anyways,
So would Cybertron have evolved?
no. Mostly because in the lore, it's stated to have been created several times. That's actually pretty consistent.
So you mean to tell me
You
that
can
a fiction writing somehow got it more right than modern scientific thought?
Yep.
I gotta end this thing. I can't.
All right. We will see you
Outro.
guys next time.
What are we talking about next time?
We're going to try and do a Halloween episode. We're going to see if we...
I got about a week yet.
Yeah. We're going to see if we make it in time.
We'll get there.
All right.
We loosely promise.
We loosely promise that there will be another episode sometime. Whether or not it's about Halloween, you just have to come back in. and
You're
see.
gonna, same bat time, same bat channel.
Neither of us are Batman.
I'm a wannabe Batman. Subscribe, like,
Bell,
comment.
share with
Share.
your friends. If you want to annoy them with our faces.
Yeah, we're really good
Yeah,
at this.
Share it with your enemies because you know we're annoying.
That's true. You know. Actually, especially share it if you don't like it, because then that benefits us.
Then you can be like, hey, look at this. Look at this dumb podcast.
Watch us on repeat. Put us on your TV and forget that you have us on repeat.
Or better yet, we have playlists on the channel. Just go to the podcast one and watch from the first
Yeah.
episode all the way up until this one.
Do it.
And then once you get done with that, do it again.
You know what? I double dog dare you. No. I triple dog dare you. Now you have to do it.
Now you have to.
You have to.
It's Dare Law.
It's the prophecy.
It's Triple Dog Dare Law.
If you haven't watched a Christmas movie, watch it, because then you'll know it's deuces. Pretty smooth.
We can time this occasionally.
Goodbye.